Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I just got a bad flu and it's just messing with my voice and everything, but I felt like this was a very important topic to talk about today. And as you guys probably know, the subreddit of Battlefield has been blown away by one single topic, and that topic is weapons being locked to classes. And that is because a few hours ago a community update was shared, and it is called the Class System Part 1. In this community update, as you guys probably have read it before, they are mentioning that the weapons are not going to be locked to classes, and every single class can play every single weapon in the game. Now, I'm absolutely against this, and I'll tell you why. We're going to read through the community update. There's a response to everything from Sirland. We're going to read through that as well. We're going to talk about microtransactions and why this decision might actually be because of selling more skins, and I'll just tell you what my take is on this and what, in my opinion, should DICE do. So without further ado, guys, let's just go ahead and start the video, see what we've got here. So for this community update, if you guys have read it before, I just recommend you just skip this part over. But if you haven't read this before already, let's take a quick look at this to see what we're facing, basically, and then we're going to talk about the consequences of this, I would say, odd decision. So here's how it starts. The gameplay mechanics of classes and aspects that players have enjoyed most have evolved throughout the history of the Battlefield franchise. Our goal within Battlefield Labs is to test and refine the best aspects of the class system from our history and to evolve them into a cohesive vision for the future. As we begin testing these class-defining systems, we invite you to either play, test, or read along with what's to come for classes in Battlefield. So here's the design philosophy for classes. We envision the future of Battlefield classes to be a series of interconnected systems and fundamentals that shape your role on the field, while granting you the freedom to customize how you execute that role. Through Battlefield Labs play sessions, feedback, and data gathering, we aim to strike a balance between defined roles and player choice. So after that, there is this picture right here. So they're actually dividing class system into two parts. First of all is customizable, and then class defining. For customizable, we've got weapon loadouts, class gadgets, training, and throwables. And for class defining, we've got signature weapon, signature trait, signature gadget, and weapon packages. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. There is some sort of explanation for every single one of these. The class system is defined by two main components, customizable and class defining. The customizable components empower players to explore and push the boundaries of their roles within their chosen class, while also still adhering to the expectations of that class. The class defining components are designed to enhance pickup and go playability and reinforce the expectations of your class identity. So we're going to start with customizable, and we've got weapon loadouts here. This part is actually what enraged the entire Battlefield community a few hours ago. Fully customizable weapon loadouts allow you the freedom to play the way you want. Play to the strength of your class by using your signature weapons, or easily switch to any other weapon to meet the needs of your squad. So this basically means that you are going to have some weapon proficiencies just like Battlefield 2042. For example, support class can draw SMGs faster. That's the weapon proficiency for support class in Battlefield 2042, and they're just changing the name. They're calling it a signature weapon now. That's it. And you will be able to play any weapon that you like with any class that you like, meaning that the weapons will not be locked to a certain class, right? That's the thing that actually drives the community crazy. And I'm going to tell you why in just a few seconds, but let's just read through this and see what else we have here. For class gadgets, you'll have the option to carry two gadgets onto the battlefield, tailored to each class and its specific role. Recon aficionados specialize in intelligence and counterintelligence, with class gadgets including deploy beacons, anti-personnel mines, and laser designators. So first of all, in my opinion, having two gadgets on top of a class-specific gadget is just crazy. In the leaks, we've seen people having like two rocket launchers, which in my opinion, if that's the case and they're not going to limit that, that is one of the most ridiculous and the most absurd thing I've ever seen in a Battlefield game. That's gonna be ridiculous if some engineer dude could have two rocket launchers. Imagine having one rocket launcher for like air vehicles and one javelin, for example, for the vehicles on the ground. That's just gonna be crazy, and in my opinion, one gadget is just enough, and we're gonna wait and see. But for training, this is very interesting about training, so let's go ahead and see what they actually mean by that. Our philosophy with training is to offer a series of traits that can be unlocked during play to enhance your ability to perform your role. As you engage more in the match, you'll gradually earn flat stat bonuses and more to support the effectiveness of your role further. So what they mean by that, in my opinion, is the field upgrades, or as they want to call it, the field specializations that they are going to bring back from Battlefield 4 action. And for throwables, our approach to throwables prioritizes enabling each each class to effectively fulfill its role by providing tailored throwables. So just like any other Battlefield game, some throwables will be common for all classes, frag grenade in Battlefield 2042, and some will be just locked, tailored, as they want to call it, to classes. Now let's go ahead and read through the class defining part. We've got signature weapon here. Each class has a signature weapon category tied to their class identity, which when used enhances their role on the battlefield. So this is nothing special, guys. You guys just go ahead and take a look at 2042. You've got weapon proficiencies for every single class. Okay, for example, assault class, you get 3 extra magazines for using assault rifles. For support class, you're gonna get faster draw times with SMGs. For recon, I believe it was faster drawing your secondary weapons, something like that. That's just crazy. That's ridiculous because they're doing exactly the same thing, and they think they're doing something special. In my opinion, that's not doing anything special. That's just repeating 2042's mistakes. So they're providing an example here. Using our same ongoing test subject, the recon class, if you select a weapon from the sniper rifle category, you will benefit from increased breath holding duration. In contrast, an assault player choosing from the same category will not receive this bonus. So this is exactly the same as I told you. DMRs, carbines, and shotguns remain viable options no matter your class, but don't benefit from any signature weapon bonus. We've got a signature trait here as well. Each class features a unique signature trait, providing passive bonuses tailored to optimize your role on the battlefield. For instance, a recon player automatically spots enemies while aiming down sights, encouraging the use of weapons that complement this specialization. So we also have passive traits for every single specialist in 2042. For signature gadget, these gadgets are unique and singular to each class, with an aim for you to always have access to a tool that fulfills the role of that class, separate from what you may choose as gadgets within your loadout. So this signature gadget, the word signature, they think they can make things, special by using different words, Signature gadget is just your class gadget. Your class gadget for example, the recon in 2042 is the radio beacon. For engineer is the repair tool. For assault is the med pen, and the defibrillator for support. It's nothing special. It's nothing too fancy. These are just the same things that we're used to, okay? And for default weapon packages, the default weapon package is a preset combination of attachments and visual customizations for each class to be combat ready, with the option for further progression and personalization. And in the what's next part, they say that, quote, the class system and its individual components will be available for testing within Battlefield Labs in the coming weeks. Participants will be able to go hands-on with these features, discuss and provide feedback. So in my opinion, this is the most important part here, and some people just don't read through the thing to see what's going on. First of all, now that we've gone through the whole article, let me tell you something, okay? I'm completely against this, and I'll tell you why, but this can be actually subject to change, right? Because they say that test it, give us feedback. I'm gonna give you the response of David Sirland, lead producer of Battlefield 6 as well on this topic. He says exactly the same thing. They want us to test the things, give feedback, probably use some controversial combos that we think are going to ruin the game, and give them feedback, give them a report on what's going on. But now going back to why we need to lock weapons to classes, I'm going to give you a simple example here. Just imagine 2042, because they are actually trying to implement what they did with 2042, right? Imagine 2042, imagine someone's playing some ridiculous specialist, which is completely overpowered. Let's just imagine someone's playing Pipe. This person is now having wall hacks. One of the most ridiculous specialists in 2042 can see you behind walls, and now they can just equip some AC9, some PP29, one of the top weapons in the game, and they just start farming people. That's the problem. That's the main problem with your weapons not being locked to classes. There will be no identity anymore. Pike is a recon specialist. You shouldn't be able to run around with a recon specialist, killing everyone and everything in your way with an OP weapon and calling yourself a recon, fulfilling your class role. That's not fulfilling anything. I can keep on talking about this for a straight day, believe me, guys. Going back to 2042 again, just imagine some McKay dude having a sniper rifle, which is something that a lot of people do. McKay can reach places with that grappling hook that no other specialist can reach, and you will be shot from the most unexpected places on earth. Why? Because some sort of assault specialist has a grappling hook and a sniper rifle and a med pen at the same time. People actually snipe with Falk. You're actually fighting a sniper, and that sniper is not a recon, it's a Falk, and that Falk player immediately regenerates the health, full health, going on against you again. So that Falk is not a support anymore. They're not a medic anymore. They are some sort of sniper with extraordinary abilities. They're not a recon, they're not, a support. There is no class here, and that is the problem with this system that they want to implement. That's why the community is enraged. It's it's not gonna work out. This has actually been implemented on 2042 and it sucks. Just looking back at something like Battlefield 4, a recon was a sniper basically. They couldn't do extraordinary shit on the battlefield. They couldn't do it. Support class back in the days was the only class with LMGs. They could provide you suppressive fire and they were really effective in the squad. So this actually removes your class identity. It actually removes your team play. And why? In my opinion, there is no logical reason behind this. Like they actually should not do this, but they're doing it, in my opinion, for only one reason. They just want to sell skins. Imagine you have some sort of very favorite skin on a weapon and that weapon is locked to a specific class. I'm pretty sure there will be so many people crying over that, but they don't care about who cries. They don't really care about that. They just want to monetize that. They want to basically be able to sell as much skins as possible for weapons. Now these guys are crossing the line here. I was one of the people that actually defended the characters because that was the only way they could actually sell people some uniform. They should be able to sell us some uniform. And if the character is not having any sort of special ability and it's just a name with some sort of uniform, that's okay. But this, having some corrupted class system without any identity just because you want some weapon skins to be sold, that's just crossing the line. And I'm absolutely against it. I hope these guys actually see what's going on in the community, and I'm pretty sure they are seeing it. I hope those who are playing Battlefield Labs actually give the feedback that should be given. I hope people at DICE actually reconsider this. That's my stance on this. And believe me, a game for everyone is a game for no one. That, in my opinion, was completely validated by 2042 because 2042 was apparently a game for everyone, and it's now a dead game. It actually died 2 weeks after release. So I hope that is a lesson learned here. However, David Sirland actually responded to this whole chaos in the community in the Battlefield Labs Discord. So this is actually a leak. Quote, incentives to play classes based on what they bring to the squad is one reason we're doing this. Not forcing a class based on weapon choice. It needs to be clear and readable what the signature weapons being and balance as well. This whole thing needs that balance to find our class identities that can stand the test of time. It's what we're talking about and testing this topic with you all at scale. This is a very divisive topic and getting it right is crucial and valuable. This is not the approach of 2042 after these specialist changes. This is much more impactful. Play it and feedback on how impactful. Test the worrisome combos you theorize will be bad for classes and report back. We want classes to be more defined than ever, hence why we have more unique class gadgets and throwables than ever, plus traits and training. We don't want the bulk of the class definition to come from weapons alone. So I really love David Sirland, honestly, because he's one of the people who actually worked on Battlefield 4 as well. This coming from David Sirland actually shocks me because back in the day, you didn't have all these signature this and signature that. There was just weapons locked to classes and everything worked fine. Everyone was happy. Everyone was playing those weapons. Everyone was okay with some weapons being locked to some classes and nobody actually cried. The ones who are actually agreeing to this free weapon for every class are the people who actually have no idea what they're doing on Battlefield. In my opinion, they should go and play something else because this has been Battlefield for so many years and 2042 was a huge mistake. However, I just hope these guys are testing stuff and this is not actual confirmed shit, because if that's the case, then as David said, it's a very divisive topic and already the community is on fire and it's like a civil war. We have the group of people who agree to this and we have the group that absolutely stand against it, right? And there's no middle line. There's no in-between place. You're either on the red team or the blue team. That's going to be it. So do make sure to go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this because what I think is it's going to lead to nowhere. They should redecide what they're doing with this franchise. They should redecide what they're doing with Battlefield 6 because this is very sensitive and it's already enraged the community. So I just hope people give some actual feedback. They can also go ahead and, you know, make a poll about this. It's very simple. But in my opinion, the majority of the community just don't want this. The majority just want the Battlefield to go back to roots. You guys go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Hope this video was helpful and hope this was somewhat informative. And until next time, guys, stay cool.